Hey friends, we're having a walking taco party in the backyard. Come on over. We've kicked this nostalgic classic up several notches, obviously by using Certified Angus Beef, but you will love these other upgrades I have to show you. So listen, I love a good throwback of any kind, and this meal instantly takes me back to my childhood. Whether it was a school lunch or a family picnic at a baseball game, these walking tacos just tasted so good straight out of the bag. If you know, you know. I told you we would kick these up several notches, so let me explain. Starting with some simple aromatics, I get my garlic and my onions chopped, get them onto a less aggressive side of your Blackstone, and let those caramelize a bit. Slicing some fresh jalapenos in half and placing those next to my onions and getting everything seasoned with salt and pepper. I want to caramelize these jalapenos just a touch, so we don't need this side of the Blackstone to be raging hot. This can be low and slow a little bit. I do like to add my chopped garlic a little bit later after my onions have had a chance to kind of caramelize on one side. That just helps the garlic not burn. And at this point, I do a little salt and pepper. That's all you need right now. We'll get these caramelizing and we'll get going on our ground beef. The opposite side of my Blackstone is much hotter, and I'm getting my Certified Angus Beef ground beef working. So look at this marbling. You can see the juiciness in this. That's just one of the reasons why if it's not certified, it's not the best. Using a little oil, let's sear this beef. I love to use my spatulas to kind of break up the ground beef as it's browning, paying close attention that I'm not mixing it around. We want that sear to happen, so don't move it around too much just yet. Going in with my homemade taco seasoning blend, I liberally season before I flip, making sure that I can see some of the edges of the ground beef that's getting a little bit crispy. That's the sign that it's perfectly browned on one side and ready to flip. After the flip, I break up the ground beef even more, and here we can be more aggressive. This helps everything continue to crisp up and brown nicely to give this really great texture, and we do want a really fine ground beef for this. And here's where we've added yet another layer of flavor: green chilies, straight out of the can. I love green chilies in my ground beef, and for this application in particular, they add the perfect amount of bite. This is a great time to taste your beef and make sure it's seasoned enough for your liking. Mine wasn't, so I'm adding just a bit more of my taco seasoning. And this is a fabulous time to pull the jalapenos off to make room for my secret ingredient. This is one of those upgrades I was telling you about. Homemade queso. Chop the jalapenos and prep the Frito bags because it's time to build. There's not a true law to how you choose to layer, but I like to start with queso down on the Fritos, and next a heaping portion of beef, and then more beef queso. And now we come to the caramelized onions. Look at this. They caramelized perfectly on that low and slow side of the Blackstone. They're naturally sweet, and those sugars were drawn out so lovely. So as you've topped with those, I finish with a little bit of cojita cheese, a dollop of sour cream. I love my grilled jalapeno on there, and a little lime wedge for some acidity. And of course, some fresh cilantro. No need to chop this up, just rip it in your fingers. It's gonna add the perfect amount of freshness. Whether you're feeding a crowd or gathered around the table in your backyard, this is one of my favorite iconic childhood meals that should never die. Come get a walking taco, friends!